So, kind of got a bit of a headache right now, but I had to come live, and I had to do it right here in the movie library. Now, for those that don't know or have been watching my channel for very long, or just watched specific like topics, um, I'm a huge wrestling fan and a huge fan of horror movies, movies in general, comic books. I'm a geek. That's what I do. That's my thing. Um, but of all the many things, I am a hey there, William. How it goes? I'm a huge CM Punk fan. To the point where one, aside from freaking loving the song called Personality, it inspired the name of this entire channel called a cinema. It it kind of it comes down from that. So for those that don't know, the genesis of the whole Call to Cinema name is because I'm a huge CM Punk fan. So tonight was, needless to say, pretty epic. And if any of you guys there actually watch wrestling and watch AW tonight, which I hope you did, because holy crap, that that was incredible. Um, and it answered a lot of questions. Punk is back, not just back, he's back as a wrestler. And I tried to buy the T-shirt, but Pro Wrestling Tees is down right now, so I will actually be buying that shirt and wearing it here uh, in the future on the channel. I'm guessing nobody here is a wrestling fan since everybody is so dead, quiet, silent right now. But it does. I mean, like CM Punk and CM Punk's attitude, especially to the way he does things, means a lot to me personally. And his moniker is is best in the world. So basically, be the best in the world at what you do. And that's what I at least try with this channel, is that do it different, evolve continuously, and do the best damn job that I can with what I do. Whether that's going live or focusing on really weird, unique stuff, or recently doing the tier uh, videos. The one of the things that was important to me, and it does, it really, it kind of like props to actually Punk for at a time like making me, like when I was watching ROH back in the day, really making me think about about exactly what I wanted to do. And that's one of the things I thought is that I'd seen so much on YouTube that was that was kind of one sided, and you see like list videos. There was lots of list videos. There was like comical reviews and stuff like that. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. I have a raging headache, but I'm on here because the best in the world showed up tonight, and I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I'm ordering the T-shirt as soon as Pro Wrestling Tees gets fixed, which will probably be in the morning. We, me and my better half, like she started watching wrestling with me. She didn't watch wrestling before, when we know when TNA started, but we really got into. I got to Shore Punk, and especially like when he came to the WWE, but so then I got to show what Punk did in ROH before. But yeah, so that was what I wanted to do with my channel was like to be as interactive as I could be. To take what can be just like one person rambling, like right now, um, and make you guys part of it. That's where the cult of cinema comes from. It's like the whole idea behind it is to be as interactive as possible. That's why like list videos aren't just list videos for me anymore. It's us. It's we make it. We make it together. That's why I went live a few years back. So whether you like wrestling or not, it had a positive effect on the channel. So that's always good. I didn't think I was going to come on here tonight. But here's the thing. Here's the important thing to think about, to remember, is that I got to sit down with my better half and completely geek out with the news and the wrestling. And we kind of knew it, but nobody was sure until it actually happened. But what did I want to do after that? I wanted to come and talk to you guys. I wanted to come here into the cult and share my happiness with you, because every single one of you matter. And it didn't matter if like you weren't into wrestling or it goes beyond that. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And I blessed to have this here to be able to chat with you guys about. Like, I'm here tonight not feeling well. I actually had to. I was making a video for. I was getting ready for my College Yellow video for Friday night, and my head got so bad. I could literally I could feel like it was pounding like out of my skull type of thing. Well, hyperbole, but you know what I mean. And I went upstairs. I went on Twitter, and then I rescheduled my StreamYard, and I passed out. Like, I literally passed out. So I didn't want to pass out. I wanted my College Yellow video tonight. I wanted the Rampage video tonight. I actually even planned to do like live reaction. Hey there, Richard. Welcome, man. Type video when it was on, but I wasn't quite sure if my head was going to be able to handle it. So I rescheduled for Sunday. Right now it's tentatively 5:30 on Sunday, but you guys in the Crimson Cult, you can let me know if that works for you or doesn't, because we can change the time on Sunday. We got a day to do it. Saturday we got the big video coming up for the 1990. Canceled your account. I mean, that sucks. So for those that don't know, tomorrow we're doing a huge tier video. And if you saw the last Slasher tier video, not the one that I did myself, but the one that we did all together, then that's what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is that. We have 37 freaking movies from 1990, the year 1990 alone, that we're going to tier and rank. 37. So needless to say, I spent a long time on this tier list. And I'm excited to do it with you guys. So I hope that all you guys show up. Set your reminder. I put up like the thing for it a couple days back, and I'm hoping to have a blast, and hopefully my head doesn't blast off of me. You guys are so quiet tonight. And there's been news. I mean, like, Severin found out that they lost the rights to drop. They didn't have the rights to Drop Dead Fred. Another company came in and pretty much squashed them at the last minute. And I want to talk about that too. So let's actually talk about that. So Drop Dead Fred is a movie starring Rick Mayhall from The Young Ones, and CM Punk, dude. AEW. Tomorrow, I think I set it for 5:30 ADT. So just go to my channel and click on the picture with the Tales from the Dark Side, like demon, and set reminder. That's the best thing to do. That's what I do for people's videos nowadays when they're going to go live. I was actually, people don't realize this, but I actually got to see the last Master Cass's video, but I was just wasn't feeling well, so I actually didn't speak, but I was there. And it's the Katsu video. So yeah, the Severn News Con, it's sad. I mean, one, Severn's a smaller company still, so, and obviously they had this made. This wasn't something where it was like in the early stages. So there was a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of manpower, a lot of time spent doing Drop Dead Fred, and they were very excited about it. You can tell when you listen to the podcast, you can tell it was something they're excited about. Trauma, actually, I met actually Lloyd and the Trauma guys. They're very nice. I recommend, I would definitely recommend buying from them. But I don't envy whoever the hell it is that has Drop Dead Fred, because there's going to be a bit of a backlash. Because I would have, bought eventually the Drop Dead Fred that Ken was coming from Severin. I wanted to support Severin. I wanted to get that film. But for another company to come in and snipe them at the last minute, like not to do this like early on when they were still in production, when they were getting things done, but to come in literally just before the film is going to be released. Like, who does that? Like, who does that? It makes you kind of wonder what type of company waits till the last second and snipes like that. Oh, nice, rad, awesome. Massive news when it comes to films right now. We disconnected for a second. The weather's not well, it's hot, I'll tell you that much. Our Wi-Fi is definitely going in and out. This isn't gonna be the longest video, Alan. Especially because everybody seems to be super quiet tonight, and nobody's talking, so that doesn't help. Because I can only be as interactive as you guys are interactive. Just saying, just putting that out there. I know Rick Mayhall was one of those fantastic actors that I adored. Obviously, he was in Shock Treatment as well. The Robotech, that's the complete series. Where's it at? So, you got the Macross Saga, which is the Rick Hunter one, the Master Saga, and the New Generation. And then there's like 4 discs of like archives of like different stuff, like interviews, bonus material, even I think they got one of the new films here as well. Original 70-minute extended pilot. I mean, Robotech is what got me into anime, and I'm a huge Robotech fan. So just give me a second. I got to do something. I'm gonna put you right there, right there. See that? I'll be right back. Whoa. Recently, the humidifier, humidity down here, has been horrible. So I gotta keep emptying this out 3 to 4 times a day. And I have two humidifiers. One that's in this room, smaller one, and one's in the room over there, much larger one. I have Davy Crockett. I don't know if was it the complete series. If it's the one in the tin, I got all the Disney treasure tins. So if the complete series is there, I thought I wasn't sure if it was the complete series. Let me see. There's a Swamp Fox. Your host Walt Disney on the front lines. Spin and Marty. Davy Crockett. Oh, this is complete series. You're right. Right here, dude. Actually, used to have some of the Daniel Boone as well. Let's take this upstairs. Spooky. All right, it's tea time. See my kitchen. So, Punk might be my favorite wrestler, but I've got the John Moxley beard going on. Hello. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, are you a wrestling fan? I think it does actually come to movies. That Bloody Tear set. Are you talking about the one from actually, Call to Cinema? The name Call to Cinema comes from Planet Mondo from the Cult to Personality song. It counts, Jamie. But yeah, no, I was saying there earlier that my actual channel is to try to be positivity type of thing, to try to do the best of what I do, was because of the idea. My favorite wrestler, modern wrestler, was CM Punk. And the idea was best in the world. And with hopefully no type of vanity, I wanted to make this channel the best in the world of what it could be. Did you hear about Severin, man? Did you hear about Severin? Unfortunately, Severin has lost the rights to... a little messy right there. See some clothes again. Bring downstairs. Has lost the rights to Drop Dead Fred. I'm on my phone, actually. Yeah, so Jamie, so they're getting ready to put out Drop Dead Fred. They've got it done. They've got everything done. They got it ready to go. It drops off the site. Like, all of a sudden, bam, it's gone off the site, right? Everybody's like, where the hell did Drop Dead Fred go? So Severin comes out with an announcement tonight, says that they can no longer put out Drop Dead Fred. I don't know. I don't think Vinegar Syndrome would do that, Planet, to Severin. Severin are nice that way. Yeah, I said, but not the... Maybe it just seems odd that I don't see Vinegar Syndrome as a company that would. Vinegar Syndrome and Severin work together enough that I think if it was Vinegar Syndrome, David Gregory would have known early on. Yeah, like this was a last minute one, like, and all props to Severin for like doing the high road, and which, we'll be honest, doesn't always happen with this company, but all props to Severin for going the high road. But to be bluntly honest, Any company that they work with on a regular basis would have known, or anyway, most companies would have known anyway. So, in my opinion, Planet, it's a pretty crappy thing if this company knew it all, because what that means is that there's a company that knew and let them spend the time and the manpower and the money to do their disc and pretty much let them know at the last minute. Now, for like legal reasons, obviously Severin, if they don't have the rights to it, the smart move for them to say, well, yeah, don't boycott the company that's doing it, don't, because who knows what type of like blowback that could have for them. But I tried to think about what company would do that. There's only a couple of companies that I think might actually do it. Now, if it's an overseas company, then I understand, because an overseas company wouldn't know. Maybe Kino, one of those two companies, maybe. It seems to be something that would fit into like a Kino line more than a Shout line, but I could see it being a Shout Select. But I think the return was amazing. Like, it literally, there was people in the audience that were crying. Me and my better half were like squealing. We were stoked. I have a Pepsi hoodie. You were there. Did you buy the shirt? Oh, well, definitely. That's the thing. Like, we can speculate all we want, but we're going to know soon enough. Now, for those that follow my umbrella reviews that I do, I think I should have some for August. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, I saw it. The September editions of Umbrella won't be coming here, which is not a fault of Umbrella. It's just the way that things are going right now. But don't worry, I'm gonna try to continue to like give focus on the company, and hopefully back by the time the October releases come out, we'll be back to like reviewing like physical releases of Umbrella Entertainment again, because they do some amazing stuff, and I hope that I still get Showgirls, because I kind of want that one, and it's the first of a new line. You got the ice cream art. I think everybody marked out to the ice cream. For those who don't know and don't understand what's going on, I went back in wrestling when CM Punk was went to WWE, and he just got fed up, and they did the storyline where he pretty much did what they call a pipe bomb. Thanks, Jamie. I might need some help when it comes to the set, the Drive-In Delirium set, because that's one thing that wasn't offered. So if you can help out with that, that'll be amazing, because I would love to do that on the channel. That's my goal. For those that don't know, Umbrella Entertainment released the penultimate trailer tapes that ever came out. So if you like trailer tapes and you like that type of stuff, you want to see them literally done the best that they've ever been done. And I don't own them yet, but I have seen them. Drive-In Delirium, amazing. It's just insanely well put together. And there is a set out there. Now, I think it's still out there now. Jamie, you can let me know, because you know some of the guys that work with them. So they put out like a 6 disc set of like all like the Drive-In Delirium ones, and it was like it's massive. I mean, it's like huge. I don't even know the number of hours. Yeah, months, man. Like it's insane when you think about like, and I'm old school, so I grew up in the CED VHS era. Like, I'm from when physical media first came around. I'm older, but so back in the day, like one of the things you did was you went online, or you went online. Screw that, you didn't do that. You'd go look in the book for magazine, and you'd find like an ad, and you get us like sent this 2 hours, usually something weird would put them out, or somewhere like that would put out these trailer tapes, and they were really like two, if you're lucky, 2 hours. My first one I ever got was Zacherle's Horrible Horrors, and it was like a trailer tape. It was like scenes from different like classic horror films and stuff like that. And I remember going to the theater to watch the oh god, what was the movie? Tearing the Isles, in which again is clips. The goal was succeeded, like it was a success, because back in the day, that's what we'd have to do. We'd send in money. These were $25 type thing. We get like this dodgy VHS tape, and have like a bunch of trailers on there, and you'd be so stoked because these were like trailers were the movies for, in a lot of cases, for movies that you never saw that weren't out. Like this wasn't when like you could go to a Vinegar Syndrome, or you could go to like a Severin, or Umbrella, or Anchor Bay, or a Arrow, or Scream Factory, and say, oh well, I think I'll buy all of these like weird, wacky, insane, crazy films. They're all out there. They weren't, and if you did manage to find one of these like crazy nutso films, they were usually on a VHS tape in EP speed with the crappiest quality that you could imagine. And for like a lot of times, the trailers that you got on these trailer tapes, this was your gateway to seeing these films, and often would be your only way to see these films. Restoration project more than a completion project. And when they put them out from Umbrella, and when I eventually get it, Jamie, if you're not busy, I'd like to have you on here sometime to kind of talk about it a bit, because I think it'd be interesting to it'd be an interesting thing to discuss. Because guys, if you're just getting into this, if you're somebody that's kind of just getting into this whole uh, collecting thing, or if you've been collecting for a bit and you're kind of wondering where, or when things are gonna, which way to go, like, I'll be honest, these trailer tapes are gonna be like immensely helpful with that stuff, like immensely helpful. That's because they got like horror ones, they got like action ones. They break them down by decades, 70 stuff, 80 stuff. That's the killer part. It's like you're watching stuff and you're seeing stuff that you like, oh, this is cool, I remember this one. And then you get to this movie and you're like, what the hell is this? Why did I not know this existed? How come this is not in my life? And then you're like on one of the Facebook like sites like Vinegar Syndrome or Severin, and you're like, guys, I watched the trailer last night to this movie. Can you put it out? But it's massive, and when I review it on here, when I show it on here, I'll thankfully have Jamie, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what went into it. We'll talk about some of the surprises. And with that being said, I recommend that if you can get your hands on some of the Driving Deliriums, you can get your hands on the box set, the six disc set. Highly recommend it. And that way, when you come in to watch the video, you got an edge on other people that may not have any of the Driving Deliriums of the set. How am I feeling? I'm feeling like my head went through a washing machine wringer and came out the other side. I'm not a WWE guy, man. My better half, she'll watch all of it, or at least the reaction parts, all of it. My email address. Oh. Did you lose my email address, Jamie? Where? Actually, let me see if I can do it on my iPad. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta Oh, my physical address. All right. Oh, let's try something. I've heard a lot of confliction with the Green Knight. Am I a fan of the show Quantum Leap? I'm a very big fan of the show Quantum Leap. Oh, I will actually do that. Let me, unfortunately, I'm on my phone where your email's at, but let's see something. Let's try something here. I'm trying to make tea. Dude, I promise you I'll do it tonight. It's just, normally I make this on my computer, hence the better quality because it's on my phone. So after I finish the video tonight, I'll email you, get you the address. The Horde tier list, that's tomorrow. Jamie, you haven't been on those yet, have you? Ah, ha 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 ha. What I do now, because you know I'm interactive. Jamie wasn't here when we did the last one. Is rather than do a regular list video, rather than do that, what I do is I make a tier, and depending what the tier is, it take a while. It starts from like top, great, good, okay, and meh. So tomorrow, we're doing movies from the year 1990, and rather than have me say, okay, I've got 37 movies in total, rather than have me say, you know what, let me rank them, let me tell you the movies that are the best in 1990. Making my tea here. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm letting you guys decide. So when I come in here tomorrow, I'll have 37 films, and you guys vote on them. Are you not? I am upstairs right now. You can actually see. Let me show you. That's outside. That's my. You can't see very well. It's the backyard. So yeah. So just to let you know, I looked over the list, and I decided that in order to do it and to do it justice, and rather than pick like random movies like over the whole like encompassing 1990s, what I did. Sorry if I'm a little bit shaky here, guys. I'm just doing this while I'm making my tea while I'm talking to you guys. What I did was I took movies only from the year 1990. So there's 37 movies, horror films altogether. What's really cool about this for me is because I'm not the one that's saying what's first, second, third, what goes in which tier. I'm always shocked with how it turns out because it's done by a majority vote, and I only ever vote if there's a tie, and there's rarely a tie, unless where I'm doing my Call Jallo. Then those we can get ties on those sometimes. The Pyramid Arrow. What is the Pyramid Arrow? I got my cat here. Want to see my cat? Hello. Hello, Mr. Hubert. Huh? There you go. I should put him in the thumbnail. See, people love cats. Don't you? Huh? Music alcohol tonight. Good for you, man. It's a weekend. Enjoy it. Tea is made. That's the nice thing about these, like, kind of these selfie stick things. And I never thought I'd actually use this. For those that don't know, I'm actually using a selfie stick for this here right now. This was a gag gift. I'm not joking either. This was a gag gift from my spouse. Because she said I took so many selfies, she'd get me the selfie stick. But man, has this come in handy lately for making like kind of on the go type videos. And I've been trying my damnedest. Favorite Quantum Leap episode? I like the run of the Evil Leaper. Like, remember that girl? And I love the Halloween one with Stephen King. That was kind of cool. But yeah, and the one with Corey from Life Goes On. See, I wasn't joking. I do know my like Quantum Leap. Depressing ending for a show, though, man. The upside down V under the video you're watching. Oh, okay. I can't see it on this right now, but I'll check it out after, Alan. But bum. I'm trying to think what other news was there. Dude, that's what I'm here for. Ask questions I want. I'll answer most things. I don't get political, but I'll answer anything movie or TV related. Oh yeah. So Criterion have not canceled out DVDs altogether, which some people were concerned about because the Blu-ray 4K combo packs were Blu-ray and 4K, and some stuff that's come out that's been out before is Blu-ray only. So what Criterion are doing is if the movie has not come out before on video, like from them, then there is still going to be the option for a DVD release. But for like a lot of releases, if it's already come out from them, for instance, so let's just say they decide to bring out like Silence of the Lambs again, or something along that lines, or do like a new version of an Akira Kurosawa film, then that's going to be like a Blu-ray only release. The way they figure it, people have already got the DVDs that they want from there, or they can still, buy the DVDs from like probably Barnes and Noble, places like that until they're sold out. So if you've got like old like DVD releases of Criterion films that you want on DVD, hold on to them, because you are not gonna get a lot of that again. So if you've gotten, I don't know, you've got Night Hunter on DVD for some reason, which Blu-ray is awesome enough. Still, maybe you got it. Maybe you got a cabin, for instance. Maybe you got a cabin or something, and you like watching Criterion movies at your cabin. There's, it doesn't have good, you don't have the channel up there. You're not streaming it, and you got a DVD player. Don't have Blu-ray player. You got a DVD player because it fits. Maybe there's an old school CRT TV there. I'm setting the mood. Someday I'm setting the mood. So you got a bunch of DVDs. I hope so. Rampage with Alex McCord, right? Love that one. Neat little fun fact here. Hey there, Trash. Welcome, man. Is the guy that stars in Rampage is the boyfriend character of Madonna in Papa Don't Preach, and he actually had a series of TV films called Desperado. I know this because I'm a huge fan of the actor. Hey, the Kubrick, man. So what do you think? What do you think of the Criterion news? So DVD's not totally gone, man. Alex MacArthur, thanks, man. I got the Alex part right. Alex McCord, I think, is the guy from is it the guy from Airwolf? It's probably the guy from Airwolf. I love the Airwolf theme song. But first 3 seasons of Airwolf were money, baby. 4th season shot in Canada. Oh yeah, it was a show. Because he killed off his character. Spoiler alert for like an old TV series from the 80s. They cut off a lot of the characters in the last season of Airwolf, and it got really cheap. All right, so yeah, so Kubrick, they're not totally phasing out DVDs yet. They're still doing DVDs from Criterion for new stuff that's coming out. They haven't put out before, but they won't be putting out DVD copies of stuff that they've already released previously. If it's a re-release. So if you got any like Criterion DVDs, you know, keep those. And for Kubrick, I think you work at a library, right? Tell your library to upgrade to Blu-ray. just I'm saying that out there right now. If you work in a library, and you have the ability you got some pool, you got some stuff, tell them to upgrade to Blu-ray. Perfect. So because here's the thing. Oh no. I just found out that my today I got up this morning, and super excited because my Severin like order cleared customs. I'm like, yes, fantastic, wonderful. Deep discount are iffy when it comes to shipping. I've heard that before, but it cleared customs all right with a $54 surcharge. So not only did I pay for my Severin order, but I got charged $54 on top of that. So, okay. So I got up this morning, still half asleep, went into my Canada Post app and paid the surcharge. I gotta get Dead and Buried. I still don't have it yet. I'm hoping that I'm going to Newfoundland to see my mom in 2 weeks, and there's a Sunrise Records there. So I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I want to buy, like I've been trying not to buy anything. Only thing I'm buying, by the way, guys, is a CM Punk T-shirt. 120? Did it cost you $120? Holy crap! That's a great film, The Dead and Buried. I got like a DVD copy of it here somewhere, I think. But I definitely need to upgrade that one. Or do I even have the DVD anymore? Maybe I don't. I don't know an Anchor Bay one. Feels like a Twilight Zone. Hey there, Craig. Welcome, man. I did not see you come in. Tonight I had planned, I was going to watch Rampage and then go, hey, IB, welcome, man. And just go to sleep. That was going to be my thing. That's pretty crummy, especially when you're spending that much money. He's back, man. Get your Pepsi T-shirts out. Did you buy a T-shirt, Zombie? I tried, but Pro Wrestling Tees went down. So I'm gonna try tomorrow. They give you the option to buy like a $10.99 mystery T-shirt to go for cheap. I'm probably gonna do that. So I'm a bit of a sucker that way. Nice, you got the Tech War box set. I love Tech War, man. We're gonna probably try again tomorrow because it's down right now, Zombie. So I'd say wait until morning. Hopefully it'll calm down a bit by then. I love Tech War. I read the books and everything, back when they came out. So that's pretty cool. And they're not. That's easy to find now because for a while wasn't Tech War hard to get? Like a lot of these Canadian shows were put up by a Canadian company, and they made FX the series. There's 2 seasons that came out. Tech War came out. There's a few of them that came out, and they went out of print. They went out of print really quickly. Not quite sure if they just had a limited amount or if it was just what was done here in Canada. There's we got a Black Christmas edition, a Seasons Grievings edition, just there in Canada. Not a Scream Factory edition. Had a mini Remorgue magazine with it. Really cool slipcover. We do every once in a while get these kind of cool Canadian releases. Psycho Gorman was the newest one. So it is out of print. Okay. So congratulations on getting that one, dude. For those that don't know, Tech War was a series of books that were done by William Shatner, sci-fi books, and TV series starred Greg Evigan. Oh, that sucks, dude. Buying for AW, man. I'm not sure if you watched them, Logan. They're the bomb, wrestling. They do it right. Next one coming, secret here. Let me tell you, it's probably going to be Daniel Bryan, or well, Bryan Danielson's his real name. Why'd they get mad? I mean, like, Ralph, because here's the thing: DVDs, especially a DVD that's been in the library, they scratch. They get scratched after a while because not everybody is equal in the way that they treat stuff that they get from the library. Kubrick will know this for sure. He works at a library. But like some people, I swear to God, like they use the DVDs as coasters. I remember I'd ordered, what was it? Only Fools and Horses. I'm a huge, I'm a huge Anglophile. So ordered Only Fools and Horses, like the first three series of Only Fools and Horses, from the library to watch. And so we got like watching the first series, would love to get into the second series. We get to the disc with the special, like the bonus episode on it, like the holiday episode that they do. And it was scratched up so bad we couldn't watch it. I think it was about a year or so before I actually got to watch it. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like yeah, like you got the resurfacer and stuff like that, which is fantastic. And Jamie's completely right. Like people complain about stuff that they get for free. Soulja Boy, man, Soulja Boy is, I don't know, I don't know what that guy. For those guys that don't know who Soulja Boy is, he was a rapper that had like one hit, and a while back he did a whole scam thing where he did Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy game systems. I'm not joking, and what it turned out to be was like drop shipped items from AliExpress. And for those that know what AliExpress is, think about Wish but cheaper. So yeah. Oh, trust me, I used to sell movies. Like I used to sell movies for a living, and it was back in the day when like widescreen was coming around, and you would have no idea how many people come up to me and say, "There's something wrong with this movie," like the parts of it. I don't know what my favorite Denzel is. Definitely Blue Dress is coming to mind right now. I would have loved to work. I kind of love to work in a Blu-ray in a movie store, but I'm not gonna lie. If you saw the movie Clerks, probably would have been me. Like, yeah. Honestly, I probably would have been that guy, would have been that guy. So maybe it's good that I didn't. Best job I ever had, aside from this right here, YouTube, which I 100% like, and well, then writing I wrote films, but not good films. Don't get me wrong. But was probably I worked for a company. I can't say the name, but I was a public relations person, like a media expert. So expert. But yes, a spin doctor really is what it was. Aside from that, I worked at like one of the kind of like the ground floor like jobs that I really loved. I worked at Best Buy, and it was just like a really cool Best Buy. Like I had this really chill manager. So though they were terrible scripts, well they weren't terrible scripts, but man, did they get made into a terrible movie. There's those times when you're like, God, I hope that hope somebody picks this up one of these days and redoes it or gets a Blu-ray or something like that. And for me, it's like, please God, like let this movie stay hidden because because no. And I signed off our rights to my films when I did them. It was like I wrote five for the company, and they were horror films, by the way. A couple I felt kind of slightly uncomfortable about writing because they were they were pushing the envelope to push the envelope, but this was the no the era when that was being done. So for those who don't know, I wrote a movie called Hell Cemetery, and it was like an 80, 90 page script, which for anybody that's ever written a film or anything like that, Jamie will be able to tell you this, usually one page, about a minute, So you get like an 80, 90 page script that's 89-minute film. So awesome, cool. You can, however, you work with Cassavetes? Dude, you've worked with everybody, man. And John Q was cool. So they make the film. They asked me one casting choice, and I choose. There's this girl. She's a model, and I thought she had a good look for one of the characters. That was awesome. Didn't hear anything about any of the other casting, and finally they said the movie's done, and I get sent this picture because they're going to like conventions and stuff, right? They're selling the film at conventions, and this is good. So there's a picture of Andrew Divoff, who played Wishmaster, and he's holding the film. And I'm so stoked because I'm a huge Wishmaster fan. It's actually the first DVD that I bought for my DVD player was a Wishmaster double feature by Artisan. And I'm like, Andrew Divoff has my movie, so you may sometime see this film. So finally, I get this thing in the mail. I get this like envelope in the mail. And I don't get it with a case. I get it in a white envelope on the inside. And, whoa, I put it in my player. And it's not 80 minutes long. It's not 90 minutes long. It's not 70, 60, 50, or 40 minutes long. It's around 20 minutes long. And I'm like, I think, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe, this may not be everything that I wrote. So I started to watch the film. That's your psychic, man. We're not psychic, telekinetic. And I'm like, I get like a few minutes in, and there's one really cringy part at the beginning. I'm like, that's sort of what I wrote. And then I'm starting to watch it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I stop it, and I go and, like, no wonderful lie, and I print off my script. And I take it, and I bring it back, and I start reading through my script again, because it's been a while. I wrote some other stuff since then. And then I turn it back on, and I'm watching it. I'm like, where's the main character? So I talk to the people, and get this. So the actor, unfortunately, that played the main character in the film tragically passed away. It was in an accident. And they'd only shot a few scenes with that actor. And they didn't recast him. So they thought, well, what we'll do then is we'll take you at all these scenes. Unfortunately, and I'm guessing you can guess this, by taking out all the scenes that has the main actor in it, you kind of lose a cohesive plot. And this was by no means a masterpiece. This was probably still not one of the greatest things I ever wrote, not even by stretch. But anyway, it was a bit. I got paid anyway, and it got my and I got to write some other stuff, and like the company overall, were fairly good, right? Actually, no. For that, I got slave wages on my first script. It wasn't only till like my third or fourth script that I actually got like decent, and that was basically through rewrites. But no, they made a ton on the movie, which surprised the hell out of me. But yeah, they went around to convention and stuff. The guy made enough money that he actually ended up like going on and doing something else, because it was a comic book company first. That's how they started, right? And they were doing stuff. But he banked enough off the film, and he was honest with me, because I got paid what I was going to pay. There's no residuals, anything like that. So he was like, he said, yeah, we cleaned it at the conventions, because we had a good cover type thing. You go to a convention, Logan, you sell them for $20 each, 20, $25 each, and that's the thing. That's what they sell for. Go to conventions. People like are buying stuff. They're buying the indie stuff because you never know. Like when you go to a convention or something and you see like the independent booths with the film and it had a nice poster and stuff, right? They had comic books that they were selling to. So you never know what's going to be the next Evil Dead, what's going to be the next big thing. So you get a lot of horror fans and a lot of like people like that that are buying this stuff. I can't look two comments up, unfortunately, Kubrick, because I'm on my phone. It's like when a comment disappears, it disappears. So if I miss something, I do apologize. See, you would kill it at conventions, Jamie. You really would. Um, the possible convention next year, I 100% recommend it. Dave Humble, rest in peace, man. The good thing about conventions, they're fantastic to go to. Aside from like the networking thing, which I already know about, you're the business guy. It's just really there's a real great sense of community when it comes to conventions. Now, I don't recommend going to any that Mr. Hercules, Kevin Sorbo's going to, but and he was very nice to me. Like, don't get me wrong, Kevin Sorbo was really sweet to me. Uh, but that dude, he's a he seems a bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I know, that's the killer part. I've had a couple people unfortunately pass in the YouTube community since I came on here, and it's always a. How did you find out, Kubrick? Like, is there anything on like on Facebook or on YouTube that I should know? Like, if there is, can you link it to me, man? Yeah, you got my email, so send me the info. Woof. Well, that's one of your lessons for today. Oh man, England. Who you were? I got to meet him for like uh, just a few minutes, and I gotta be honest, dude. What a nice guy, Robert England. What a talker. Like, dude talks, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. And he's so soft spoken. Um, ever notice that like a lot of certain people in the horror community, like Wes Craven, Robert England, they're just these people that you think will be these terrifying monster people, but they're it's such like a he's such a soft spoken, kind, gentle soul. And the killer part is that, and I don't mean that as a pun or anything like that, is that you you never think it, but that's the way it is. My sister, my oldest sister, she's still younger than me. Nice, was going to a spa, and Robert Englund was there, and he looked at her, and he a couple times, and she knew right away who he was. Of course, it's Robert Englund, and he's like, Nev, and she's like, no. So he got my sister confused with Nev Campbell, and not the first time that that's happened, but definitely the most memorable time that that's happened. So, yeah, that was interesting. So, in other words, what you get out of that is both my sisters much better looking than me. Just putting that out there right now. Ryan Gosling, yeah, he did actually play young Hercules. She looks a lot like her, actually. Um, but my sisters have always been like, it's being a brother. an older brother, yeah, you learn to get intimidating when you have sisters. Uh, that's it's kind of what you got to do. It's the brother thing, especially when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I went to a few kitchen parties where I had to do some stuff. Hey there, Jordan. Welcome, man. I don't actually. Well, I got a cousin Raj, and he was in one of my Patreon videos, and I think he's in one of my regular videos here too. Now, me and Roger grew up together, so although I don't like have a brother per se, my cousin Roger is like my brother. We grew up like that. We're the same. We're around the same age. He's about like a month older than me, and we're always close. He's hopefully coming in September once I get back from my vacation. I'm super looking forward to that. My better half gets along with him amazingly. My day's doing good. I mean, like, I wanted to go see, like, I told him the other day, see him right on, rabid man. I'm going to St. John's. I'm going to St. John's, Newfoundland, which is where we used to live. That's because that's where my mom lives. Normally, I go to Corner Brook, but that's where I was born, and that's where I lived for quite a while. But I haven't been to St. John's in a while. My mom lives there, and that's not too far away from some stuff that happened. I was such a rambunctious old punk when I was a kid. Oh, punk and pun intended there. I was born in Cornbrook, Newfoundland, and but normally I visit there. I visit my dad. My dad was like, "You're gonna come visit soon." I'm like, "Well, I'm going to St. John's, but I'm hoping to get to Cornerbrook early next year." Me and my dad always get together. We talk movies and just chat and stuff like that. Because I never grew up with my parents, but I was blessed to be raised by my grandparents, and I am extremely close to my parents now. Actually, I was like as we got older, but I was well, and I think it's lucky. Everybody has their own like perception on things. It was that I got to know my parents as not just as parents, but as people, and because of that, we were able to like get a bit of a closer bond than like say if you just a lot of people grow up with their parents, and eventually, you know, there's cracks. Thank you, Jamie. Like 100%. Thank you. I miss my crazy. I miss them both like crazy. But yeah, there's cracks, and you're like, oh, they're not my parents are real people. So you got this like disillusionment stage when you realize that they're people too. Like you're gonna make mistakes. They've made mistakes. But yeah, I was lucky enough that I knew my parents as people. So I never really had that kind of like that part, if that makes any sense. And because of that, we were able to get closer and be able to talk. Like my dad's like is such a nice old school guy, but he's not like the most. I wouldn't say he's not exactly the most when it comes to emotions and stuff like that. He's he's like he will like every once in a while. And my mom is like super emotional. She's just the opposite. She's like a super hugger and love you type thing, and which is good. But me and my dad, we're like we have the thing there. We say it without saying it. You know what I mean? Whoops. Whoa. There you go. But yeah, no, I'm blessed that I had grandparents that raised me. I had parents. I had my aunts. So the umbrella, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think every umbrella that I've gotten so far has been all region. So I think I watched it like I think I watched it on Region One. I'm trying to remember. Like I'll check tonight sometime. But it was a good. I mean, like the stuff that I got. Like there's certain things that are they're definitely getting their own like reviews. The double feature of Patrick, the two Blu-rays of Patrick, and like when they said they're doing putting out Patrick and its remake, I thought like okay they're just gonna put it on one disc because it's not gonna be features. You know, it's gonna be just normal straightforward double feature. And I get Patrick come, and it's got two discs, and the packaging is gorgeous. And I'm like, this is fantastic. How about rebooting? Is it on Peacock already? We had a guy in here earlier that actually was at AW at the show. So if anybody like, he said he wanted to get the Punk T-shirt, but it was like it was like a huge line. And Mike Hartley, yeah, exactly. Ooh, do we have any news on the new one, or is it kind of like under wraps right now? Keep me updated, man, because I am a let them know I'm a fan, and I really did like the Patrick remake, so that's always a plus. And that's like kudos on Mark, because man, that was a Richard Franklin classic, and the guy's like, I'm gonna remake this film. Like, both you guys had gutsy to like to remake classics. Like, you're even a classic too, which unfortunately got renamed Nature's Grave, but here in North America. But it takes a special person to be able to do something like that. I know I'm super jealous, but like in awe of that, because I can't imagine what that must be like. I My school did not have any like really if luminaries to come out of it, I guess, unless you count me. So, and I don't count me. One of the guys acted in Random Passage, which I'm guessing nobody here has seen, but it was a Newfoundland like film, and was pretty highly acclaimed at the time. But one of my a cousin, he's a cousin of mine, like farther off cousin, but he was one of the actors of Random Passage. He And it was kind of ironic because the dude like is super Newfoundland, but definitely had no like want to go into acting at all. It's cool that like not only did you get to do what you're inspired to do, but you got to meet who inspired you, and it was a positive experience, because not everybody gets that. Like, that's an amazing gift to exactly